Criminal proceedings in the UK are governed by a combination of common law principles and statutory provisions. These ensure that individuals accused of crimes are treated fairly and that justice is administered effectively. Criminal proceedings usually begin when an individual is charged with an offence by the police or prosecuted by an authority like the Crown Prosecution Service (CPS). The decision to charge a suspect is based on two key tests outlined in the Code for Crown Prosecutors. Evidential test: there must be sufficient evidence for a realistic prospect of conviction. Public interest test: it must be in the public interest to prosecute. Once a charge is brought, the individual must appear in court, where criminal proceedings officially start. Depending on the severity of the offence, cases are heard in either the Magistrates' Court for minor offences or the Crown Court for serious offences. Criminal offences are divided into three main categories: summary offences, minor offences, for example, traffic violations, minor thefts heard in the Magistrates' Court, either way offences, more serious offences, for example, theft, burglary, that can be heard in either the Magistrates' Court or Crown Court, depending on the circumstances and the defendant's choice. Indictable offences, serious crimes, for example, murder, rape, that are heard in the Crown Court with a judge and jury. Key pre-trial procedure called first hearing. The defendant is informed of the charges, and a decision is made on whether bail will be granted or whether they will be remanded in custody. Bail, governed by the Bail Act 1976. This allows a defendant to remain free while awaiting trial, unless there is a significant risk of absconding, committing further offences, or interfering with witnesses. In more serious cases, preliminary hearings and plea and case management hearings occur, where case preparation is discussed, evidence is reviewed, and pleas are entered. Magistrates' Court trials. In summary offences, the trial is conducted by a magistrate or a panel of magistrates without a jury. They hear evidence, deliver a verdict, and pass a sentence if necessary. Crown Court trials. For indictable or either way offences, the trial involves a judge and jury. The jury decides on the guilt of the defendant, while the judge determines the sentence. Defendants have the right to appeal their conviction or sentence. Appeals from the Magistrates' Court go to the Crown Court, while appeals from the Crown Court go to the Court of Appeal. In some cases, the Supreme Court may hear appeals on points of law of public importance. Sentencing is governed by the Criminal Justice Act 2003 and various sentencing guidelines provided by the Sentencing Council. Sentences can range from fines and community orders to imprisonment, depending on the severity of the offence and mitigating or aggravating factors.